political talk show hosts in history, Nate and Brian. And it's sad that they actually believe that. So give a listen because the delusional need love too.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-353-4716. That's 1-800-353-4716. Again, 1-800-353-4716.
You know, us Canadians are easygoing people, but, you know, when you rile us all up, we just go, ooh. They do, too.
That's true.
Canadians,
you know, I knew
you don't want to rile a Canadian up.
I knew a Canadian one time, and I said, I really don't like hockey.
Yeah.
And he said, me either. Yeah. Oh.
Okay. No, they're known to be pretty nice people.
So are Americans.
No, they're considered to be a-holes all the way.
By who?
Canadians. Maybe the Canadians aren't so nice. I don't know.
Just the Americans in South Dakota that share a border with Canada.
Right. They're the ones that have an issue with Canadians.
Did you hear Guam tipped over?
Really? Was it because of the naval base that added more ships and personnel?
It was.
Damn it.
Weird, right?
I knew that was going to happen.
Weird.
Along with that House of Representative. All right, trivia question, right? We get back to it. Which president dedicated the Statue of Liberty on October 28th?
What year?
I'll give you a clue.
Give me the year.
1886.
Oh, that's what I said.
You said 1860-something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Civil War time.
It wasn't the same president?
Not kill all the Indians time. Yeah, I know. I'm not politically correct. 1886, October, Statue of Liberty.
Well, we had some guesses.
Yep. What do we have?
Taft.
Yep, too late.
Very, very rich man, by the way.
Taft's family has got a lot of money.
Hamilton?
Hamilton way too early. Hamilton was not a president.
But not as rich as Taft.
Not as rich, but he was the first Secretary of the Treasury.
Yeah.
So he could write all the money he wanted.
Hamilton did not get stuck in a bathtub.
No, but Grover Cleveland was a big guy. He had a special bathtub in the White House. And that is indeed the answer. Grover
Cleveland. No one remembers was ever a president because he has a silly name.
Grover. That's a Muppet name. Grover.
Yes, it is. All right, so let's get on to something good. You want to?
No, let's do the serious dedication first.
Oh, okay.
We had a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Jan J., a patriot, former retired law enforcement officer. He and his wife both were police officers, retired. She died a few years ago of cancer, and Jan was left alone, but they were both strong supporters of open carry and concealed carry, and they were watchdogs on the government role in how they are to protect people and not stomp on their rights. Loyal patriots to the cause of freedom and government accountability. Jan J. passed away on May 9th. What do I want to say? Articulate, intelligent, great guy, a fellow Pole of Polish ancestry with me and Jan, and he'll be missed. And his knowledge, sense of humor, and his commitment to freedom will be missed. And we want to say rest in peace, Jan.
Yeah, big loss.
All right. So you want to do real quick. Let's do this day in history. Yeah, I'm not getting anything from you.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, this is a good one. On this day in history, in, 1907, John Wayne was born.
Ooh.
An actor who epitomized the American West, was born in Winterset, Iowa. My dad's favorite actor, by the way, always loved to watch John Wayne movies in the den with my dad late at night, usually a Friday or Saturday night, Sitting there, my brother and I and my dad watching John Wayne movies. Did you know what his name was? His real name? John Wayne was his theatrical name.
It was Wayne John. Very weird.
Wayne John, no.
He tricked everybody.
No, he was born Marion Michael Morrison. Family moved to Glendale, California when he was 6. As a teen, he rose at 4 a.m. and delivered newspapers. Wow. You don't see many kids doing that anymore. Of course, there's not many newspapers left anymore. And after school, he played football.
And you also have to deliver newspapers way before 4 a.m.
And he played football, and he made deliveries for local stores, right? When he graduated from high school, he hoped to attend the United States Naval Academy. He was a big, tall guy. He was 6'3" or 4", good-looking guy. Navy Academy said thanks, but no thanks. But he did get a full scholarship to play football at the University of Southern California, UCLA, in Los Angeles. In the summer of 1926, John Wayne's football coach found him a job as an assistant prop man on the set of a movie directed by John Ford. John Ford and John Wayne go together like apples and
peanut butter,
cheese. And Ford started to use Wayne as an extra and eventually began to trust him with some larger roles. Unfortunately, he was in a movie that didn't do well, and Fox let his contract lapse. So he worked for a year off and on, and finally he was in a 1939 Western called Stagecoach that launched him into stardom. And he made lots and lots and lots of Westerns. But he only died in a couple movies. One he won an Academy Award with. The other was the Green Berets. He was a conservative, and he made the Green Berets in 1968 to express his support of the American government's war in Vietnam. May have been a good or bad thing, I don't know. Anyways, by the late 60s, his popularity was waning, and they said, he's done. Waning. Get it?
Waning.
But you know what he did? And I love this movie. I saw this as a youngster. 1969.
He was in Back to the Future?
He did True Grit.
Oh.
And he won an Oscar for that.
Yeah.
And then he was in The Shootist, and I remember The Shootist, 1976. Wayne, who himself was battling lung cancer, played a dying gunfighter whose moral codes and principles no longer fit into the changing world. 3 years later, John Wayne died of cancer. And today he's considered one of the most popular actors of all time. John Wayne, born today, 1907.
That was way more information than anybody needs to know about John Wayne.
I love John Wayne. That's why I throw him in there.
Happy birthday, John.
And a lot of our audience members love John Wayne. I guarantee you that.
Right. But after you said John Wayne's birthday,
yeah, that was enough. All right.
That was enough.
Hey, now, Trump has enough delegates.
Oh, is that where we're going? Yeah. Hey,
I don't care. Wherever you want to go, buddy. I'm here for you.
I've been saying since the beginning.
Steve, get rid of him.
I've been
our engineer.
Been saying since the beginning that Trump's going to win
the nomination.
And I'm thinking he's going to win everything.
You think he's going to win the presidency?
I'm calling it.
I don't think he will.
I'm calling it. You think it's going to be Bernie then?
No, I don't think it's going to be
Mitt Romney?
Yeah, maybe Mitt. I don't think so.
Hey, they're trying really hard to get Mitt Romney to run third party.
Now, the only thing that would stop Hillary is if she were arrested, but I don't see that happening. Although there's more and more evidence coming out now that she was bad.
Hey, she broke some rules. No one said she broke the law.
Bad girls, what you gonna do?
So, yeah, that's true. Libertarians are...
Bad girls.
Okay.
What's that song?
Libertarians are appointing anti-gun people as their VPs.
Oh, my goodness. William Weld. He's the former governor of Massachusetts, for God's sakes. That was in the 90s or something. He was
Get along well with Mitt Romney then, right?
Oh, boy. You know, I don't have a problem with libertarians, but, God, you don't want to pick an anti-gun guy. Most libertarians are okay with Second Amendment. But they think that he leads credence to the ticket because he's actually a moderate kind of a real political person.
Right, which isn't that the point?
Gary Johnson was the governor of New Mexico.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
A career politician, which is also funny and ironic to me. But isn't the point of having a third party or calling yourself libertarian that you're like not like everyone else except every other libertarian that's exactly like everyone else?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
It's tough. I don't know if that was a good choice.
Every day evidence comes out of the whole idea of the Libertarian Party being exactly the same as the idea of the Democrat Party or the Republican Party or every other party. There's no difference. Whether you have a two-party system or a three-party system, you still have a party system.
Right. And Gary Johnson may not be the choice because he's
not winning in some polls.
Well, they are convening the Libertarian Convention or whatever to, select their candidate that they want to get on the national polls.
Yeah.
And there's 6 or 7 candidates out there.
Yeah, and there's another.
2 or 3
I can't remember his
top
name because I don't follow
McAfee
it.
is one.
Yeah, not him. Another guy is
one
leading
other.
some of
I
the
can't
polls.
think of it. Yeah.
So, all right, I want to do this though because I don't want to miss our chance.
Sure.
Katie Couric.
Yeah.
It's been in the news. You've probably heard about it, but I want to talk
her
about
very
it
unbiased report, the documentary
called Under
Guns.
the Gun.
Yeah.
Right? Where in the trailer for this documentary, they start the trailer with 2 guys standing there, and it says NRA members, and then it says something like...
They shot each other.
They did.
Oh, no.
Right in the kidneys.
No.
It was
kidneys inside joke.
No, they asked them some question about, like, are you okay with people killing people or something stupid? I don't remember what the question was, and they're just like, what? It was, I mean, so if that's how you're going to start your trailer, and then you're going to try to tell people it's unbiased,
right?
And you have like a bunch of endorsements from like super like Sundance Film Festival, right? I mean, these things that are like, yeah, okay, this is where all the liberals have their films. Right. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's a piece of garbage.
So
it's a biased piece of crap.
This is just a pretty
unethical lies throughout the whole thing.
A pretty demonstrable segment in the documentary where there was some bias injected.
Set it up.
I'm thinking. What do you mean set it up?
Well, I mean,
that's what I've been doing for the last 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll stand back now.
Do you want me to just play it, or do you want me to say something?
Set it up.
I don't. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, say.
I don't know all this radio. Apparently, you've just recently became a professional radio person.
I've looked into the Marconi Award.
Okay,
several times.
So go ahead and set this up.
That's all I have.
So Katie Couric did a documentary.
She did a documentary, and she did some. She took some. Well, she didn't. Her director and editors took some liberties with editing, and so they set up a gotcha type of question, and then they did something to the documentary that wasn't, in fact, real.
Right,
and because the people that were actually there that were being interviewed at the time recorded it and had actual audio. There was a pause that was interjected that was not there in reality.
I'm going to play this, and with the video, we can explain what the video looks like afterwards, too. But you're going to think you dropped audio from our show. You didn't. So just hang in there approximately 9 seconds. And you'll
9 seconds
understand.
Exactly.
If there are no background checks for gun purchasers, how do you prevent felons or terrorists from purchasing a gun?
So, and what was going on at that time was the camera
several
was
shots
switching angles between the pro gun people who were just kind of like sitting there with blank stares on their face or kind of looking down or looking around, Because what it apparently was video from before the interview even started.
And they were just